Hi, welcome to Glow's Candor Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Well, today I wanted to share a recipe with you that I have been making for years, probably 40 years or more. And I actually got the idea in my first recipe out of a microwave cookbook that came with my microwave years ago. And it's a very easy recipe. It's one of those that you don't have to stand over and babysit the entire time, and that's one of the reasons I like it. When I would make that when our children were young, I'd be cleaning up my kitchen after dinner, and then I would just go over and stir it in the microwave for, like every 3 or 4 minutes until it was done. That particular recipe, I would always triple or quadruple, and this one is just a basic recipe, only 2 cups of milk in it. But I just wanted to share it with you because it is so easy. So let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and I measured everything out. This recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1/8 of a cup of cornstarch. And then it also calls, well, I'm going to be making chocolate today. So what I need is 1/4 plus 1/8 of a cup of the cocoa powder. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. When a little bit extra gets in there, that's fine. So there's 1/8. A little bit more. There's 1/4, and we just need another 1/8. And 1/8 of a cup equals 2 tablespoons, just so everybody knows. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over to the side and get it out of the way. I'll put that there. Then it calls for 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I always do a shy, so that's a shy 1/4. And then I'm going to go ahead and combine this with my little whisk.
A little whisk.
And you can use this recipe cooking it on top of the stove as well, but honestly, the microwave just makes it so much easier. Then it calls for 2 cups of milk. And if you only have powdered milk, that works fine too. And actually, by doing the powdered milk with the water, it tends to blend a little bit better when it's cold, because you can actually add warm water to it, and it will heat up quicker.
Is that whole milk in this, Glow, or is that, what is it?
Oh, good question. Whole milk. There we go. And this bowl that I'm using, or big measuring thing, is 8 cups. So by doing it in the microwave, you always want to make sure that you have a pretty good size bowl that you're using, because it will boil up and you don't want it to go all over the place. If I was doubling this, I would not be using this. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my microwave on high for 3 minutes, and then we'll be back and we'll stir it for the first time. Hi, well, I just pulled this out of the microwave, and it was in there for 3 minutes. And you can see that it's already starting to steam up.
Smells chocolatey.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So I just am stirring this to incorporate it real good. I'm going to put it back in the microwave for an additional 2 minutes, and we'll be back and you can see what it looks like. Hi, welcome back. Well, we cooked this in the microwave for 1 minute and 40 seconds instead of the full 2 minutes. It was ready, and as you can tell, it has a nice sheen to it now. And
it's good, Miss Glow.
Yep, it's blended. It's starting to thicken up. And now what we're going to do is I have 1 egg here. You can actually use 2 egg yolks if you wanted, but I just used the 1 egg. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle a little bit of this hot pudding into here very slowly. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to be stirring. Let me move this over so that you guys can see what I'm doing. If you don't do this step, you're going to end up with a scrambled egg in your chocolate pudding. And I can tell you from experience, I have done that.
If you don't do what, drizzle?
Yeah. So very slowly you incorporate it.
Incorporation is the key, Miss Chloe.
Yeah, because you will cook your egg really fast if you don't. And the goal is to have a smooth and creamy pudding without the scrambled eggs.
I like scrambled eggs.
Not in your pudding though.
Right, not in the pudding.
And if that should happen to you, you can actually run it and pour it through a sieve to get some of that egg out of there that's scrambled up. But if you do it this way, it'll just make it easier for you.
Or just pull out the toaster and have breakfast.
Feel it? Needs to have some more in it. What I'm trying to do is to make the egg a little warm before I put it in here. And also another little trick is if you get your egg more to room temperature before doing this, it'll help as well.
What temperature was that egg at, Miss Chloe?
Room temperature.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And a little tip too, if you don't have your egg at room temperature, put it in a bowl of hot water. You know, not boiling hot water, but tap, you know, hot water. Let it set there for about 5 minutes and you'll be good. I'll do one more. And what I was doing was feeling the bowl to just see how warm it was. It wasn't very warm. Okay. So I'm going to take my fork out, take my whisk. Here, let's move this back over so you guys can see. Now I'm going to stir this constantly as I'm stirring in the egg. And just a light stream. See how it's going in?
Yes.
And this egg is going to make the pudding get a little thicker and also make it richer. This recipe is excellent.
Yes, it is.
Our kids always enjoyed this at night. And they liked it when I would serve it warm to them.
That's the best way, Miss Chloe.
Yep. There we go. Now, I don't see any scrambled eggs in there, thank goodness. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the microwave. It'll probably take about 1.5 minutes, and I'll be back to show you the next step. Well, our pudding is all done. Well, I should say almost done, but you can see what it looks like. We'll use this so you can see how it's thickened up. See how nicely that has thickened up?
Very
and
nice.
as it cools, it'll get thicker. We actually like ours warm.
Yes, we do.
And right now what we're going to do is we're going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of real butter. I cut it up into 3 pieces. 1 teaspoon of real vanilla. And then we also like almond extract. So we're going to be putting some of that in as well. Probably about half actually, half a teaspoon. So we're just going to stir this up until the butter gets melted. Oh, it smells so good, you guys.
It does.
If you guys were here, I'd be making a triple or quadruple batch so we could all enjoy. But it actually turns kind of velvety at this point. I'll show you. See how pretty that is?
So pretty, so pretty.
So to serve this, I'm going to show you what I'm going to serve it in. But I got to wait until it cools down a little bit more before I can do that. And we'll show you in a picture what it looks like. But we're just going to be serving it like in a champagne type glass. So anyway, we'll be back to show you that in just a few minutes after this cools.
Hey there, we're back in Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and this time we're finishing up the day with a dessert. Glow made some chocolate pudding, and it is really, really good. This stuff is great. So try the recipe, try it out, check it out. If you like it, I'm sure you will. So like and subscribe to our channel, and I'm going to taste it right now because it's starting to melt, and we'll see what it's like. That is really good. Excellent job, Glow.
Thank you. I'm
Very
glad
good.
you're enjoying it.
It is excellent like it always is. This pudding is a treat. I'm having this before we have our spaghetti pie, which is a leftover from last night, which is going to be in a future video. And the spaghetti pie was excellent too. Talk to you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.